why I see converting ER model into a relational model. See, we have seen the ER model obviously in a very close way, right? What we saw in ER model, what we were doing is we are understanding the situation and we are modeling them with the help of certain notations. For example, this is one person, right? Some person is there. We have person ID, right? Person name is or some other attributes. For example, we have address and all. So far we have seen like we how we used to represent a single entity set with attributes. This is the representation part. Now how we will convert this is what an ER model, how we'll convert into a relational model, right? See, for example, converting this one. So what we will do is we will write first person name. This is basically the name of the table, so name of the entity you can say. Then what you will write, probably there are certain notations, you can use any of them. First we will write person ID, comma, name, write all the attribute, that's it, age and address. But see, you need to take care of the keys thing. For example, I'm saying PID is my primary key, so we need to do underline here, and this is one notation for your this ER model. Certainly other you can draw the rectangular diagram, rectangular, and you write okay, you write outside here person, and you write person ID, PID, name, age, address, and underline this. So these are how you are converting your ER model to relational model, right? So there are only one or two points that you need to take care of. For example, when we have multi-valued attribute, right? When we have multi-valued attribute, how you will do? For example, let's say there is an employee. I have an employee table, and employee is having let's say more than one contact number, right? So more than one contact number. So how we will write multi-valued attribute? See, if you remember, right? Let's say we have employee ID as a key here and employee name, other of the attributes so far. Okay, so remember and understand one thing. Whenever you're writing this one as a multi-valued attribute, right, in the notation part, right, in the notation part, you need to draw a new table for this multi-valued attribute. See, for example, we have employee here, but employee is having employee ID, right? Employee is having employee ID, employee name, employee ID is the key, but contact number is also there, and we saw contact number is a multi-valued attribute. So what you will do is you will write contact number as a table, and inside this one what you will write, let's say definitely you want to link this one. Why? Because contact number is also a part of employee here, so you will write employee ID here, and this will be kind of foreign key, as a foreign key you can say, but they no need to represent that one here right now. And the contact number, you have its own attribute. Let's say in contact number you have, obviously you will have phone number as well, right? Some phone number, this one here, right? So remember why I'm saying this one. Maybe you can have multiple phone numbers and all, right? And see what happens in contact number. I'm saying that this is multi-valued attribute. So you just imagine like multi-valued attribute means there will be contact numbers, right? More than one contact numbers here. Probably you can have three contact numbers, right? And in this one even you can have a contact number ID. For example, you can have some ID here. This will say like, okay, you have three contact number, 1 2 3, some kind of, right? You can have these values as well. This is a kind of, a mini table for your employee table. Right? Remember, I told you in your relational database, you remember or not, you should remember, multi-valued attributes are not allowed. Yes or no? Multi-valued attributes are not allowed in your relational table database. I told you two values which are not allowed. One of them was multi-valued and other was, any of you remember? Yeah, remember or not? One is multi-valued attribute and other is your weak entities. Weak entity and multi-valued attributes are not allowed in a relational database. Now you are making relational model. So from model you will go on to SQL and all, right? So how you will represent? That's why you cannot write this part here. How you can write? Definitely you need to create another table, a kind of table here, and you need to specify those there, right? So this is what you need to take care of whenever you will be probably given some ER model and you will ask them to draw this diagram. Just look at this part here. There is any multi-valued attribute you are having, right? So this is one way you can write this one and see. If I'm taking, okay. See, in the relation part, we have seen one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-one, and all those, right? So let's understand and let's see how we can make that part here. Let's say we have some student first. There is a relation and student is enrolled in some project. We have project ID, key, project duration, right? Say project name. I'm gonna take for one-to-many and all those for the same. SID we have student ID is equal student name, we can say age, we can say course. Okay, fine. Why taking course? Okay, fine. Student is enrolled in some project. Student is having some project, right? Let's say the relation is one-to-one. So how you will frame this one into relational model? Okay, say first one is student, basically, right? Just write all the attribute. SID, S name, age, course, right? See, don't write this bracket, close bracket here because you need to add some attribute. Probably you may require to add those, right? Now write project ID. I'm writing the entity sets relation because definitely they will be here anyhow. So project ID, project duration, and project name. And this is my key here. Now understand, since we are having one-to-one relation, and see, we obviously know for relation also we have a relational table, but we also saw so far like we have one-to-one relation, probably we can merge this in either of this one. Why? Because one-to-one relation is there. In this one you just revise all, right? In this one we will having the ID for this table as well as for this one, right? So you can either merge this one with this table or with this table, both will work fine, right? So what you need to do is you need to adjust this relation table with any of this one. Adjusting relation means you are giving some relation, you are doing some relation between student and project. How? By keeping one of the primary key of one table inside the, as a foreign key inside other table, right? For example, if I am relating project with the student, then I probably need student ID here. That's it. And this will be what? Foreign key. This is what? Primary key. This is what? That's it. Understood? Or for
So why
example,
student ID we should write there?
because what's the referencing attribute we have understood so far? When we add this as a foreign key, see the student key out of this one, it means that we are relating with this one. This is what my referenced, this is what my referencing relation. Why it is referencing to this relation? We need to make a relation between these two. Now, how you will add one of the attribute in this one? Maybe as a
Okay,
foreign.
sir. Got it, sir.
Right. Now my thing,
Yeah.
next question is probably you have some descriptive attribute. You can have that. Let's say student is enrolled in some project and project cost is there. For example, there is some charge you need to pay for the project and all, for example, right? So how you gonna accommodate this one here? the descriptive attributes so far we have seen. So definitely remember what you have to do is whenever you are taking the relation with any of these, all the attributes which are of its own, say of the relation, will go with them, right? So it's not like you're keeping cost with this one and you have added this attribute here, right? So if you have SID with this one project cost, you need to add up here also, right? Project cost here and this.
So, sir, there will be two sets, right? The first one is this one, and second will be vice versa when a student will referring to the
You can
person
do
or something.
any. I told now you can add with this one or with this one.
Okay, so in exam, if the question comes, we have to do either of them.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
this is for one to n, one to one. So for one to many, one to many. If this is one and then many, what you need to do? This thing will remain same, but now you are restricted. You need to add this towards many side, and this is what probably the not the answer. Yes or no? That no, this is the answer. It's raining here. Okay, so you are keeping this relation with this one. For example, it means what you are keeping SID in the project, and this is what we have done. And if it is many to one, it will say that you need to keep this towards the many side. So project ID is here. So you need to include project ID here then, right? And if it is says many to many, you can't do anything. You can't do anything. You need to add another relation. For example, this relation enroll in many to many. See, enroll. You need to add your student ID as well as project ID here, and these will be underline them, write foreign key. See, you need to write these things here. These are very important. If you will forget, it will make no sense, right? You need to write this one, and if there is descriptive attribute, probably you can add that as well here. So this is for many to many, right? So see, we have understood this one so far. In one to one, we were adding either in this or in this. We are not adding in both, right? So in one to one, definitely we will be having either this here or here, not in both. Okay. So this is what we have the relational model representation. There is nothing new other than you need to take care of those multi-valued attribute and all. This one here. That's it for this one. Okay. So frustrated. That's okay, fine. Any doubts so far in this one? Probably will not be able to start your operator part here. Right. Now, if there is no now we will start your operator here. What are the relational operators? Right. Operators include your sigma, projection, right? All those operators, whatever we have, all those operators take care of Cartesian, rename, set difference, all those. Right? These are the basic operator. So this is a part of your where SQL will take you into. Right, so from this one we design the SQL. This is what a relational algebra, right? The relational algebra in mathematics, you have seen like algebra and all got familiar, right? So how you are representing, these are the see, with this you will do mathematical representation of your queries, how your queries are framed with the help of mathematics, say the mathematical operators and all, right? So we will see, and then we have union, some all those things we will see probably in the next class. These are derived operators and all, union and other. Okay, so any doubts so far? We have just done referential integrity and conversion of your ER model into relational model.